Guys, hold on a second. It's dark. I don't understand why. Um, Hold on. Okay, this is slightly better. Hey guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about Leslie Jones and the situation with Twitter because a lot of people have been talking about it. When I first heard it, someone had sent me an anon on my blog. And at first, I didn't know who they were talking about, and I was a little bit annoyed because I just don't like when people send me a bunch of current events on my blog because it's so overwhelming. You know, I'm always typing about other things. So when people are trying to get me to talk about different issues, it's very overstimulating. So I was kind of like, you know, I'm not keeping up with everything that goes on Twitter. Like, I don't like it when people just tell me, you know, what's going on, have you seen this and that, because they think because I'm a black feminist and a black, you know, womanist, I should know everything that's going on in the world, but I don't. So I understand that you're trying to get me to talk about it and you're requesting things to talk about it, and I understand, but it's just a little bit overstimulating to me because I cannot process information like others. Sometimes, you know, it'll take weeks for me to answer anons because I just get overwhelmed. I really do. I'm not like a lot of people where, okay, I can talk about these issues every single day. Sometimes I have to take my time because, you know, I just get very bogged down. Anyway, though, I do want to talk about Leslie Jones because this pissed me off. On my blog, I got an anon message from, I think, a black man saying, I don't mind that Leslie Jones is seen as pretty, or I don't mind that people call her pretty, but then proceeds to says how much he minds because we're just a bunch of women trying to be nice. It's something that girls do to be nice when they call other girls pretty. And first of all, I hate when people say that because one minute you're saying that we have a bunch of internalized misogyny, we don't support each other, but then when we have a bunch of black women telling a dark-skinned black woman, oh, you're so pretty, you know, you are a beautiful girl, don't listen to the haters, you're a beautiful girl, then here comes black men trying to tear that down and say, oh, you're just being nice, you're just a light-skinned woman being nice. Tommy Sotomayor said the same thing, where if light-skinned women were to agree that a dark-skinned woman is pretty, they're just being nice. So you're really trying to drive a wedge between black women. You really want to drive a wedge between dark-skinned women and light-skinned black women. When light-skinned black women are uplifting dark-skinned women and showing solidarity, black men want to say stupid things like, oh, you're just being nice. You know, you don't see them as a threat. Like, why the hell would I lie about someone being pretty or ugly? Just because you don't find someone attractive does not mean that they're ugly. I don't call people ugly like that unless they have an ugly personality. I call people like Khloe Kardashian ugly because they are ugly all over. But someone like Leslie Jones, who's a sweet person, she's not ugly. And for people to sit there and say, well, I just don't find her attractive and you can find her not ugly but don't call her pretty either, like, I can call her what I want because you don't get to police how I look at other black women. You don't. And to say things like only lesbians would find her attractive, or no, to say things like men that are straight or lesbians won't find her attractive or fuck her, it's so ignorant because first of all, I'm bisexual. So, like, I'm not a lesbian, I'm bisexual, but come on now. Come on now. There's plenty of women who are queer who find women like Leslie Jones attractive. So what are you talking about? But what happened with Leslie Jones is she's the star of Ghostbusters, and I don't want to see the movie just because I don't like how they are going to portray her character. I feel that it's very anti-black and misogynistic, and I don't blame this on Leslie Jones. She's an actress, she's a comedian, so she has to do what she has to do to make that money, you know? But I just don't like how there are a bunch of white feminists who are scientists, as Gradient Layer said on her Twitter, The Truths. She said that, you know, it's a bunch of white women who are scientists, and then we have one street smart woman who is black, but why couldn't she be a scientist as well? You can be street smart and a scientist. So I just didn't really like that, but I tried to give it a chance, so I watched the previews, and I just didn't like how Leslie Jones was portraying herself, or I just didn't like how they just really limited her. So I just decided not to see it. And a lot of people want to say, oh, you just don't like it because it's an all-woman cast and you're misogynistic. No, I didn't want to see the film because it's misogynistic and racist. So now that we got that out of the way, she's been getting a lot of hate, Leslie Jones, because a lot of people did not like the film. But instead of attacking every co-star or every actress in the film, they come for Leslie Jones. They say racist slurs to her. They call her fat. They call her a monkey. And Leslie Jones was truly hurt by it. And it just goes to show you that to portray the strong black woman archetype on any black woman, especially if she's large and dark-skinned, is very problematic because she has feelings as well. She's delicate. You know, she was truly hurt. She said that she was in tears. She doesn't want to go on Twitter again. And she was very shocked. And I understand that feeling, to be someone where you're in a white dominated space and think that you are accepted, but you're not. And this just goes to show you that not everyone is your friend. Just because white people are laughing around you doesn't mean that they are laughing with you. A lot of times they are laughing at you. And then there are people saying, well, so what? She's always cooning. She's always playing these terrible stereotypes. And Fed Up Black Woman made a point to say, why are they gross stereotypes? And I even made a point to say on my Twitter, if Leslie Jones was a light-skinned black woman and then she would be carefree, she would just be unapologetically black. You know, it's funny that Rihanna can act like Leslie Jones and it'd be cute, it'd be funny. You know, she's unapologetically black. She doesn't have to hide herself. Even someone like Tiffany Pollard, you know, from Flavor of Love, she's a thin, dark-skinned black woman with narrower features. So when she acts a certain way, oh, what's so funny? You know, she's unapologetically black. But Leslie Jones, a fat, dark-skinned black woman with short hair and wide features, oh, she's a gross stereotype. She's a coon. She's a jigaboo. Like, she's a caricature. And I find it hypocritical because if Leslie Jones is a coon, then what about all your light-skinned faves like Zendaya, who kind of talks in a they or kind of does like, you know, what about Zendaya? Or like, what about Jesse Williams? What about all these light-skinned people who you call unapologetically black, who you call carefree? But then when it's a dark-skinned black woman who does the same thing and she's fat and she has wider features, she's a gross stereotype. So I just don't buy it because you guys choose who you want to laugh with. You choose to laugh with Kevin Hart, who's a coon. You choose to laugh at, but you choose to laugh with Chris Rock or Chris Tucker. You choose to laugh with Maya Angelou. Did I just say Maya Angelou? Kill me now. Kill me now. I meant to say Maya Rudolph. Why the fuck do I get their names confused? I'm sorry. You know, this is just like when I got confused when my friend Jessica was talking about Gohan from DBZ, I believe, and I thought she was talking about Pokemon. Bitch, no. Take my fucking nerve. I'm just having an off week. Sorry. Anyway, you know, you guys are laughing with these black people, but when it comes to Leslie Jones and suddenly, oh, she's a stereotype, she's a coon, you know, fuck her, and if she gets racist comments, it's karma. You know what? Say what you want about how she portrays herself on SNL, okay. But no one deserves that because Kanye West has said the most coonish things that I've ever heard, and people still felt sorry for him when Taylor Swift played him, as they should. So I just don't buy it. I don't buy it that you guys are upset because Leslie Jones is cooning or that she says things that are a little bit problematic. And here's the thing. Someone brought up that on SNL, she was talking about slavery and how us blacks should be grateful for it. Now, I do find it offensive. I didn't watch it, but it's Leslie Jones. She's a black woman saying it. SNL is a comedy show. It's satire. You know, say how you want about satire and how a lot of the times it's not really funny. It's an excuse to be bigoted, but it's a black woman doing it. It'd be different if it were like a white man doing it or something like that, but a black woman making a joke about her own oppression is a little bit different. So I just don't want to police anyone when it comes to joking about their oppression, especially if you're not a part of that oppression as well. So with that out of the way, I just want to say that my love goes for Leslie Jones because it just really pissed me off that I'm sitting here writing an uplifting post about Leslie Jones and here comes a black man trying to knock it down just because, as someone said, he doesn't like it that he's not getting attention. He doesn't like it that someone that he doesn't think deserves all the attention is being told that they are beautiful. And it pisses him off. It pisses him off to say that. And also they said, well, would you want someone like Leslie Jones representing you as beautiful? Like, we're not the only ones that look like that. Or something, said something that Leslie Jones is not our last hope. And I'm like, bitch, I do not want someone like Zendaya or Amanda or Tessa Thompson representing me all the time. That's what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with Leslie Jones representing me as beautiful. What I have a problem with is the same type of women representing me as beautiful. Light skin or loose curly hair or small features. I don't want that all the time. I want someone like Leslie Jones to represent all types of black beauty. Because if you don't find Leslie Jones beautiful, and it doesn't have to be physically, but if you don't respect her, if you don't believe that she should be told that she's beautiful, you don't love dark-skinned black women. You do not. You don't love black women as a whole. I say this all the time. If you don't like dark-skinned black women, then you don't love black women. You don't. Also, I do want to make mention of someone who had commented on my video a couple of days ago, and I kind of responded quite abrasively just because I don't appreciate it when I'm talking about beauty standards and light skin privilege. There's always got to be that one person that has to make mention that I'm not that light, therefore fuck my talk on colorism and it's not that big of a deal, or I'm just an insecure black woman and there's other things to talk about. The reason why you got clapped the way you did was because I get it all the time. And I'm not sure if you're still watching my videos, but I get it all the time. So when I see comments like that implying that I'm insecure and that I just need to get over it, I will respond like very abrasively. And it's not really anything against you. It's just how it came across. So that's why like I came off harsh and was kind of like, you know, it's cute that you said that I'm insecure, but if I were a white girl talking about how I don't feel like I'm thin enough or how I feel I'm not pretty enough, if I look like Taylor Swift, would you be saying the same thing? Because all of the time on Twitter, I see black men trying to uplift Kylie Jenner by putting down pretty black women to make basic white girls feel better about themselves, saying, oh, Beyonce don't have anything on this white girl, or Kylie Jenner is prettier than half the thick black girls with the same type of features, light skin or dark skin. Oh, Kylie Jenner is such a gorgeous girl, like she blossomed, but they always do it at the expense of black girls. It's like they know the whole black girls are ugly trope is not true. They know it's not true. That's why a lot of times they call us insecure, because deep down they know that it's not true that black girls are ugly. So like when they feel that we're getting put down for our looks, it's like, well, so the fuck what? You're pretty, blah, blah, blah. Like, we find you attractive. Like, you know you cute. It's funny how black men always say that about us. Like, bitch, you know you cute. Like, bitch, I don't know I'm cute. Because a lot of times in society, you got people saying girls that look like me or girls that look like Leslie Jones are ugly. Kelly Rowland a lot of times gets called the ugly one out of the Beyonce Destiny's Child group. Even someone like Beyonce gets put down. Like, no one is safe from misogyny. So to sit there and always want to tell an attractive black girl, you know you cute, it's like you're bitter over the fact that in spite of misogyny, in spite of colorism, there are pretty black girls. There are a lot of pretty black girls. I don't think any black girl is ugly. I think people are ugly by their personality. I'm not going to go up to someone and say, damn, you're physically ugly, because that's rude as hell. I don't think people are physically ugly like that. My standard of beauty is different than a lot of people. So as I said, black men will come and just tear down black women like Leslie Jones, but then make posts about how black women are insecure and judgmental over a girl like Kylie Jenner, who literally had to buy her features, who literally had to buy our features to be considered beautiful. And that's what pisses me off. Lemonade. Sip some lemonade. Kylie Jenner literally had to buy her features. That's really our features to even be considered pretty, to be considered beautiful. And that's so ironic. That is so ironic because I didn't think Kylie Jenner was ugly. She just looked like